What a better way to start the day than with a donut? Well, I can answer that. You start with 2 donuts. And where do you get them from? You get them from Tasty Donuts. And our friend Tony McInnis is here. Tony, good to see you as always. Tony has brought along Major McClure, Major Douglas McClure from the Salvation Army. Major, good to see you.
It's always good to be here, sir.
Tell us how the connection between Tasty Donuts and the Salvation Army came about.
So when we began 15 years ago, National Donut Day, we looked up the history of it, and it was started basically by the Salvation Army. So Roosevelt, I believe, made it an official national holiday, but during World War I, the donut lassies, which were the female cooks, on Fridays would take the leftover dough and fry it. Sometimes their kettle was a soldier's helmet, but on the front lines they would do that, and it became a big thing and a big treat for those guys. So here we are all these years later celebrating those lassies and donuts.
They just thought Einstein was a genius. That is a real stroke of genius. Major, from your perspective, tell me the importance of a guy like Tony, a company like Tasty Donuts, as it applies to the Salvation Army here.
Well, the whole idea about a donut was bringing it a form of comfort, just a taste of home.
Sure.
And the fact that the Salvation Army is still doing that today in our own communities. And it's because of partners like Tony and Tasty Donuts that we can do that. It's not just this day. Tony supports the Salvation Army throughout the year.
Yes,
other events that we do are happening out. It helps us out during our sunrise service and some of our homeless activities. So it's great to be able to bring that taste of home and that taste of comfort to those people throughout the year.
When we ring the bells for Christmas time, invariably Tony will stop by one of our locations. He'll drop off a box of donuts, make a donation into the kettle, and Tony, you're a good guy for it. Major, I'm going to get you to step over here. Yes, so Tony and I'm going to bring you back, so don't leave the building.
Well, don't eat all the donuts without me.
Why? Why?
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I like donuts.
Tony, one of the things that always struck me about you is you're never satisfied with one donut. You always want to add a new flavor, try a new topping, do this and do that. And you've come out with just tons of new, it's not fair to call them all donuts, they are pastries, but wow. Pick one of these and start talking about it. I'm particularly intrigued by this one down here in the bottom.
Yeah, so that's our M&M donut, which is, we call them kettle tarts, a la Salvation Army. So we leave the hole in when we fry it so things can sit on top of it.
Right.
But that's a glazed donut, vanilla iced M&Ms, and then chocolate velvet top. That's our own creation, which is, think about if buttercream icing and Cool Whip had a child.
Oh yeah.
You have velvet top. So we do a whole line of candy bars. So M&Ms, Oreos, Snickers, cookie dough. Just if you can think about it, we can probably make it.
Back to the donuts here in a moment. This is a beautiful looking pastry right here. Tell me.
That's one of our fried pies. So it's donut dough, but we do it like a fried pie. So that particular one is cherry. We call it our cherry bomb. We have apple bear claws, blueberry cream cheese, strawberry cream cheese, peach. I think I can continue on.
I think you can. And since today is National Donut Day, ballpark it for me. How many donuts do you think you will go through at both your locations today?
Probably about 10,000.
Are you kidding me?
No.
10,000 donuts?
Correct.
Wow.
And that doesn't include the over 500 we're donating for the Salvation Army and their partners they're going to get delivered to civil servants in our area. And we're also giving away 500 donuts. So you can come in and get a free glazed donut or $3 off a dozen.
You want to see artistry and poetry in motion, stop by Tasty Donuts and have a look at what Tony and his team do. And Tony, you know, I got to ask you about these 3 right here in the center. Are you paying attention, Ms. Greer?
Do you know what these are called?
Do you know what these are called right here?
Is it maple bacon or just
No, just let Tony explain.
Anywhere else it probably is a maple bacon. We call it the Chip Chapman. That's maple double bacon.
Maple double bacon. Wow. Yes, I have my own donut thanks to Tony. Tony, and I can tell you, I haven't had all of these on here, but I've had a good 2/3 of them. They are all good. They are all fresh. And if you want to order some donuts for your office, is it too late today?
You can call in an order, stop by and pick it up. Like I said, we got tons and tons of donuts.
10,000. How much dough does that represent, just pound-wise?
About 500 pounds.
Wow, what a phenomenal operation. All right, quickly tell us where you're located.
So we have 2 shops, Cambridge Square and Ooltewah.
Right.
And then East Brainerd, we're at East Brainerd at Jenkins, between Lupe's and Brewster's here on the corner.
On a sincere note, thank you for all you do for the Salvation Army and for our community.
Hey,
Good
we're
guy
glad
here.
we can do it.
It is Tony McInnis, Tasty Donuts. Stop by and get your donuts. Ask for the Chip Chapman, because for every one you buy, I'll eat one. No, I'm just kidding. Stop by. Donuts. Tons of different kinds, tons of different flavors, all from one good-hearted guy. We're back with more after this as we continue here